Today is March 3rd, 2023, Friday, and this video was done on February 28th, Tuesday, 2023, in the evening. I decided to make this video a long version instead of my usual speeded up version, time-lapse video, only because I wanted to double check and really give myself the opportunity to analyze my exercise form. Imbalance is seen here because on my left side is although fine. On my right side, I had done a split a couple of weeks ago, and thankfully nothing is torn, but it's a little bit strained, or it wasn't happy that I decided to go down into a split on the dance floor. So, but thankfully, with stretching and being more intentional about movement, it's not feeling as locked up as it originally did when I realized that I might need to attend to stretching a little bit more than I was. So today, or well, yesterday, not even yesterday, Tuesday's workout was bench press. So right now I'm just doing some hip warm-ups by kicking to the front and then kicking to the side. My low back was really tight and has been really tight this week, so I've been stretching that out a little bit extra. At this point, I'm starting to do some shoulder rolls along with like nerve flossing. I like to include some type of nerve floss because it feels good to me to stretch out my nerves and not just the muscles. And so I find the sweet spot where it gets a little tingly, hold it a little, and then release it. Now these are some. Now they're meant to be hip circles, but like I said, my low back has been tight that I found that I was also feeling the stretch in my low back. Knee circles. I didn't think of a specific number. I just kind of stretched what felt good. So I did the amount that felt good in one direction and then did amount that felt good in the other direction. And looking at that video, I saw that to the left I did a lot, and to the right I did maybe half that amount. I want to try to be more even with the distribution of the way I stretch and lift weights to make sure, or to do my part in trying to develop things as symmetrically as possible. We've got some ankle rolls here. They're also big toe stretches. Alright, shaking my ankles out just to shake it loose and then, oh, excuse me. Watching myself stretch, I was like, oh. Let me go with some more. I called them earlier shoulder rolls, but technically I wouldn't call those alternative shoulder rolls. I'm not sure if they have a specific name, because when I think shoulder rolls, I think of the ones where you're arms or by your sides. So I don't want to give you the wrong, title. And this is me trying to stretch to, I thought I was going to fall right down and, stretch to, have my fingertips touch my toes. It was a little bit tight, but definitely improving. I noticed better range of motion today when I was doing the same forward bend. So exciting. More ankle and toe rolling. Now it's time for the bench. Oh, excuse me. I originally did a voiceover only to others, Miss Bonnie. Let's find out. Miss Bonnie's my neighbor across the street. Hello? Hello?
Hello, how are you, sir?
I'm well, thanks, and you, Miss Bonnie?
I'm okay.
Oh, that's good.
Coming along slowly but surely.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm returning your call.
Oh, okay. Well, I know that I had tried to connect with you the other day, but you hadn't been really feeling too hot. So I kept your treats in the fridge. Were you ready for them today?
Yeah, you bring today.
Okay.
This is the first time I went out since I've been sick.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you got some exercise and you got a chance to get out and for some air.
Mm-hmm. Because I was about to go crazy up in here.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
And I ain't been out since Saturday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was too much for me.
Yeah. Oh.
So
Oh.
I said, well, I got to get out and pay my rent, so I might as well go.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Well, that was it.
Okay. Well, is around 5 okay? I mean, like 5:30.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I'll see you in about an hour.
Okay, baby, no problem.
Okay.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay. Bye bye. I can't go over right now if I'm doing a podcast thing. But anyways, here I am getting ready to warm up with the bar. Shoot, I have yawning so much. I got this eggplant lasagna, which I thought was only eggplant, but had chicken in it. And I don't know, then I had some milk. It's got me a little, I guess, food coma. But anyways, we got the empty bar here for 10 reps just to warm up the joint. Oh shoot, warm up the joints. Things like that. It's a good thing though anyways that I had to redo this because the original video you can hear my TV in the background along with the class that I was in because I was multitasking. And it ended up getting flagged for copyright infringement, so the video got taken down anyways. So I figured I might as well take the time to figure out what was wrong with the recording, that the webcam wasn't picking up the sound. So then that way I could fix it and then redo it and then upload it, as was my original intention. This workout took a little bit longer than I anticipated and generally take for benching, but I do also wrote down in my notes that I was in class. I was trying to pay attention at the same time, which is what added to slightly longer rest breaks. Like I would have thought I would have been back by now, um, as this recording is going. I'm sitting here thinking that, gee, I should have came back already. Maybe I'm out of the room, but otherwise this is a much longer. So to note to self to be more present with time. Ah. Huh. Also, it got cloudy. It's overcast, like it's ready to rain. I want some candy. How long was I gone? Oh. Ah. Whoa, boy. Jeez, like I disappeared. I disappeared in my own nose. I'm still not back. I had time to get at my phone. It's going on 3 minutes. Where am I? You know, it just sounds like ooh. Whatever it was not worth it. And I think it was an email. Was it an email? Sometimes you should just, I have to tell myself to turn them emails off. They're not worth it. I was going about 5 minutes from my exercises. And I don't even remember what email it was or what I was doing. Because I thought I had stepped out of the room and there I am coming from the my desk, I guess. Anyways, that was, those were my banded pull aparts, 70 pounds for a set of 20. Hitting the rhomboids. I'm pretty sure that they activate part of the trapezius muscle. And also the rear deltoids. I would imagine. So here we are. Finally, second warm-up set. 45 pounds, empty bar, 10 reps. Loading the bar now at 51 pounds. And then I'll do another set of 20. Banded pull-aparts. This stuff got me on. I also remember that I just had some water too. Maybe that's why I feel relaxed. I've had tea. I've had a lot of tea, which I like to think is my, well, it is hydration, but I know nothing is, um, it's still like, you still need like water, so I don't know. I haven't had water in a hot minute, and I just guzzled it like, blah, 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 blah. I was like, oh yeah. Here we go, pulling them apart. I close my eyes, envision the muscles. I also feel the muscles in my chest and trying not to have them overpower or take the um, like the force or the burden or whatever of what's happening to the back muscles get pushed to the front to make it, as in make it easier for the back to do the work by overcompensating. So trying to be being mindful. I want to work on that. Like I always say, I'm trying to. I feel like I'm not just trying, I'm doing, but it's hard to. That's been a habit that's been hard to correct. Changing my phrasing. We did our pull aparts there, and now changing the, and I also did the set of 5, and I'm now getting ready to do what is it, 61? A set of 64 pounds, 5 reps. Ah, ah. I got this half rack about what, right before the shutdown. So maybe not right before the shutdown, but I would say maybe 7 months, 10 months before you know any, at least in my um, in my world, COVID. No, it was COVID. That I had no idea what that was. I was just living life. I believe that was 2018, early 2018. And I remember that this purchase, as well as buying myself an Airdyne bike, were really difficult. I was hesitating at the amount, was I worth it? I mean, that was really what the um, pause was. Um, Finding reasons why not to spend what was a huge amount of money in my mind to spend on me, but then looking at my notes and like, gee, just not just money but time and energy and stuff that you be pouring into other people. Um, why is it so difficult to you know do something nice for you? And I'm happy that I did make that did was able to make the purchase, and I'm really enjoyed. It's all decked out here. I got uh, a half rack. I wanted a half rack because I wanted something that would give me the chance to do Olympic lifts, but also have the added support of the squatter arms, because I knew I would predominantly be exercising alone. And I also had a pull-up bar across the top so I could do pull-ups, and it was tall enough that I could now do it with a full body, like a straighter body line. Uh, and also that it was space saving because it has a smaller. Well, when I think about it, I'm guessing maybe its footprint might be kind of the same as a full rack. However, I thought that just having 2 upright supports was more open and easier to have in this apartment than to in the living room than to have a full out cage up here. And I'm happy with the decision. I got a chance to hang up my exercise gym rings to it. I'm watching myself because I'm laughing at something. But I I got the, like I said, I got the exercise bike. This was when I was working, in the sense that I was in the CDPAP program. Uh, so that was, it went from, I think I was working not 53, no, first I was working a little bit under full time, Then it was 53 hours a week. Then it was, what, 168 or something like that. I don't even know that. I just feel like I was here all the time. But officially with them, I did have a shift, and um, that was how I worked, and thankfully was able to. Well, it was fun because I finally was like, wow, I finally have my some way to start doing more for me than having to rely on um, birthday cards and holidays and hope that someone slipped me a little gift in the card. I Before then, mom wasn't in Medicaid, so she was giving me what she could and was operating under. It wasn't minimum wage. I'll just say it wasn't the current time minimum wage, but I worked with it. Uh, Before then, when I was still in school, right before I graduated, I landed a job at the creperie across the street. And I made bubble teas, and eventually, very quickly moved to making crepes. And within a year, they were interested in having me be some sort of assistant manager, or train me to take over the business. They wanted me to buy them out because they were ready kind of to rest and transition into other things. And I wanted to. I'm not, well, I'm thinking about it. I liked working at the creperie, and I really loved making bubble tea. I enjoyed the aspect of working with the customer when things were, cool, and, you got a chance to create that connection and make something to eat for them. I like that aspect, but it was just so far that what I was essentially making enough to pay myself to go there, and the demands that I was having back here in Brooklyn, I just did what had trained myself to do, which was think, well, um, this decision is too difficult. I'll just go with what I think is the better option, which is for everybody or whatever, and go back home. And that's what I did. And we were indoors for the most part because mom's, I don't know if it was because her eyesight was changing or mobility was changing. Because at one point we would go outside, like she would need to run an errand, and it would take weeks for me to finally convince her to come outside with me. And then when we would, it would take her about 40 minutes to go from our apartment door to Flatbush. And I had never seen that before with her, because otherwise this is the person that we would walk from Sterling Place and Vanderbilt Avenue down Eastern Parkway, down Washington, or whatever, to get back home. We walked all over. So I don't know what it was, but eventually we didn't go out as much. Me and her didn't go out as much together. And I ended up being in the house a lot more because of the things that she wanted to do and needed help with. And so I started going out less and less, and eventually mostly just going out to the supermarket, to the post office, to the bank. And I did that for 4-ish years, 5-ish years. I don't know. I gotta look at it on paper. But I did that for some time, and I had a partner eventually that I did find, but we What does that have to do with exercising? I just realized. I guess that, what am I supposed to say, TMI or something? I don't know. Anyways, here's me going back to the exercising. I mean, I had a point for what I was saying, but I think it was just because I was bringing up why I bought, how I came to get the upright. Oh yeah, because how I came to get the half rack, and how, like, my work history. But yeah, essentially I had been working through CDPAP at that point, through an agency that was managing mom's long-term care, and that was how I was able to save up and do that. And then, because I'm also bringing up because people have brought up CDPAP to me and brought up Medicaid and things like that, and just, thank you for suggesting that for me and for us, but just that we definitely already explored that avenue, and because of our relationship, it became very, it was difficult towards the end, and I made the decision to leave. uh, what was me? I didn't make the decision. I was yelled at, and I ran out of the house. I couldn't take it anymore. I ran out of the house. We were having some stuff going on. I just couldn't take it, and I got out. And then eventually that was the day that I let them know that I could no longer work as the CDPAP aide because of the things that were happening. And thankfully, the partner that I had at the time was the alternate. So essentially, it was me and my ex-partner that were taking care of mom. And while he took care of her, while we were able to switch her to a full-time aid agency. And this is a telemarketer, that's what I'm calling.
Call from Flushing NY.
Now that looks like 10. I'm wondering how much is on that bar. That's why I paused. Like, oops. I guess if I'm doing a podcast thing, I should pay attention to what I'm doing. Eggplant lasagna. Ugh, my stomach's hurting. Oh. Well, I don't blink. Blink. Oh, there we go. My ears is always itchy. Oh, whoops. That was gross. Alright, let's look. So there we go. Arching my back, locking out, shoulders down and in and down. Raise them down, and there we go. Pressing it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I was at 96 pounds. Yeah, that was 96 pounds. And 315. Also, I'm handling some business. Sorry, texting. These hours count toward the certificate. Complete. Alright, so I was checking in with my door client. Very consistent, thank you. I got a chance to remind myself to be more on top of my reflexes while at the supermarket, monitoring what they're doing at the cash register. They were ringing up the cranberries and raisins that I got from bulk, and I made a mental note that that was $4.99 per pound. And like eagle eyes, I zoom in and see that they put down there $9.99 per pound for some cranberry medley mix. So I'm like, if you put together cranberries and raisins, if they're even though they're both $4.99 a pound, does that mean that it's now $9.99? Like, what does that mean? And they didn't really answer that, but they said one thing led to another. They just checked up the cranberries number and they put that in. Estoy en cita ahora. Ahora mismo estoy haciendo una presentation. Excuse me. That's the one thing about being here while trying to do these. But anyways, so I lost the train of thought. I'm gonna get back to it. Get back to it. I gotta get a soundproof booth when I give presentations. So in that way, I can't be distracted. I can't tell you what sentence I was in the middle of at all. But this should be 108 for 5. Oh, actually, it's going to be my 5 plus 3, 4, 5, 8, 10. I began my barbell stuff with strong lifts 5 by 5 and was doing that for about a summer or so in 2000, from 2016 to 2017, and finally had an opportunity to record my form at the gym, and realized that I would have to start several cycles back to then correct, to start over with lighter weights than I could correct the form that I was squatting with or bench pressing with. But in that time, I found, I was doing more research. I was constantly on Reddit for the fitness subreddit and bodyweight fitness to learn more and how to improve my output at the gym and the exercise I was doing, and was able to transition from strong lifts to uh, Jim Wendler. Jim Wendler's what's his 531 program. I started with the the OG one, which was just the first week you do a set of reps. You do a particular weight for 5 reps, and the last top set is minimum of 5 reps, and then you're either aiming for a personal rep goal or an estimated 1 rep max goal. And I was just using that at the beginning as a metric for exiting, because it was simple for me to figure out. It was quick. I worked out maybe the length of the workout was just an hour or a little bit under that, so it was quick and it was fun. I had fun finally using my squat rack here, and I did that for a year, and then moved into discovering his other more focused programs that have um, different goals at their core. So if you're trying to improve your endurance, ways to set up your program. If you're trying to improve muscle mass but keep low body fat, the programs for that. I like his approach to writing and also to teaching, and appreciate that he chooses to take a lot of his skill and coach high school football players, because he wants to, pour into the next generation or whatever. So I can appreciate that. Yeah. Oh, now I can see myself in a reflection. Oh, I got a message here. Yeah. Alright. Oh, did I do it yet? I'm guessing not. But I decided to, after my top set of 10 reps, I decided to go to I went to 75 pounds just to do a bit of a widowmaker type thing, just to get some more volume in, and did 75 pounds for 12 reps. From looking at the video, my wrists seem more in line than what they feel like, so that makes me feel happy. Maybe I need to say something different than I thought Sita was meeting. Clearly that doesn't mean anything. I mean, I'm meeting. I mean, I'm meeting. Oh. My stomach is still feeling some type of way. Oh, here I am putting the weights back. Am I? Oh. Yep. Time to put the weights back. But there's still some accessory work to do. Although when I was first doing this, I would just do barbell work and then I would sometimes maybe do some accessories and then be like, okay, whatever, bye. I've definitely gotten more into banded work because we've seen the results and they're fun to add in volume, do something, and they're space conscious because they have a small footprint. I can just stick it in a corner. So they work for me in terms of accessories. If I had more space, I'd love to do more single leg things like lunges. Uh, that's not to say that I can't do that in here, but if I wanted to do lunges in this setup, I would have to then, move the camera, then pull the bike back in and stuff. So it's not convenient to do certain things. So the bands help me to do something, get an exercise in, and not have to worry about there being not enough space to get the exercise done. And you just need a stable post, and there you go. So here I am setting up for first. I guess I'm taking notes of what's on my class, but I'm setting up from here to do tricep push down 70 pounds. Is the rate of the band together. Now I know I have my head forward, but I'm wondering if it's better to have my head pulled back a little when I'm doing that. And by that I mean doing my tricep push downs. And I do, the first set is for 15 reps, the second and third set are for 12 reps, the fourth is at 13 reps, and the last one, 15. Alright. Here we go with a knee tuck, where you will, well, for me, I'm able to hang from a pull-up bar, but you may have a power tower or some sort of captain's chair, but you would set yourself up in this type of position, and keeping your back as stable as possible and not swinging back and forth. You would to keep the focus on the abdomen. You would then lock out and then bring your knees to your chest, initiating a crunch movement, and then slowly lowering down. And this was done for 5 sets of 10 reps. Oh, oh boy. Oof. Who wants to go to the Brooklyn Swap meeting. Here we go with some more tricep push downs, targeting triceps with the. Now I don't remember if it's the upper fibers of the pectoral muscles or if it's middle fibers, but I feel like it's something. It's something in the chest. Oh, have some more. Alright, here we go with some more knee tucks. One day I would love to do a full tuck, like leg tuck, where I have the flexibility in my hamstrings and hip flexors to then be able to lift fully over. It's a goal that I've thought about the goal, but I haven't actually focused on that particular goal to execute it. Thus, but because ultimately knee tucks are, they work for what I am looking for. Because I've never been, I haven't been necessarily looking for a while now. I have been looking to do something where I'm constantly going to like the max of the exercise, and that was how I first started out, which maybe might be why I'm a little bit exhausted. Not that there's never reason to find a reason to progress or find a harder or more advanced exercise to do. Just it's nice to be happy where I'm at, but since I have been feeling a bit stagnant also with my fitness, it might be something that I could do to help reinvigorate that. Recording my workouts, also annotating them, has been a big hobby of mine. However, it's been over 4 years or so since I've really been doing it. So now just not trying to, but now rediscovering that in a new space and time, and it's been fun. It's only now. Now I don't have the same type of time that I did have when I was constantly exercising. However, I've been more on top of time management to then carve out the time, and it's been cool. Also trying to be easy. Also being easy with myself to not go overboard with it. This might be the last set. in the last couple of sessions I'm noticing in the video, but I've been focusing on being more present and keeping my knees together through the entire range of motion, only because I feel like that further targets the muscles and doesn't make the time under tension different than what it would be if I had kept my knees together. So, looking out the window. Up, 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 up. Alright, I'm done spying out the window. Alright, time to do some. I'm gonna do some pull downs. 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. That was 13. Okay, so I got one more set. But if you had noticed, I extended all the way through my wrist. I just feel like that further maxes potential to load up my triceps. Yeah, and that black bag is a art project that I need to go back to. Oh, yeah, here we go. 10 reps. I don't have to count them those 10. I'm gonna count because I know it's 10. Alright. Crazy. Yeah, I need to not go down on screens because these are some very long rest breaks. Alright, this should be it. 15 reps. 1, 2, 3. 5 more. Oh no, now it's 5 more. Oh yeah, alright, yes. Yeah, we did that. Now for the fun time. Stretching. Now, that's been, I don't even want to say bane of my existence, but I don't take to stretching. There was one particular year though where like I was all gung ho of flexibility, and it was good. It felt really great to feel so mobile, and then I don't know, it just fell off. I got out of habit quickly after I reached what I felt was the goal, or what I felt was good enough for me, I was like, well, it'll just stay this way, whatever. And I took it for granted that those, the small little exercises that I had been doing had really led up to something, you know, really substantial progress. So, still being easy with myself, but I definitely do feel that I I need to stretch, that I can't, that I'm not at the same space, that I'm not in the same body that I was, that could just jump up, uh, not stretch, not really uh, care about water or food intake, just run around, and it was all cool. And now, dialing in with my programming to keep this truck going feels good. I don't know what I'm looking at. Alright, but that's 10, so now we're done. This water has me going in and out. Yeah, time to phone roll. Now, on this recording, I do have to have all of my background muted because, like I said, when I couldn't find my microphone to work, I just said, well, I'll just upload it and write an annotation at the bottom. But that got taken down because of a copyright infringement on what it is that I decided to watch after class. And that's why I'm smiling, because I'm laughing at what was up there. Because of the angle, you can't see what I'm doing on the floor, but I am now rolling out the outside part of my thigh. And I'm trying to remember what the name of that is. My brain says that's the lateral compartment. Then I spent some extra time foam rolling the hamstrings by just sitting on the roller. That felt good to get the foam roller in there. I'm thinking to get a larger one so that I have more weight and pressure to put on it. Now I'm falling asleep, but I was forgotten about 10 or so minutes. I told Miss Bonnie that I would come over. So, let's see. Also, Miss Glenn said she was going to call me, but I have to call. I'll call her. Check that she's doing well. I also have a, whatchamacallit, a lacrosse ball, and I like to use that for trigger point release. If you have, do you have a lacrosse ball? Sit on one of those. I mean, yeah, it feels really good, because of the hardness and, your own body weight pressure. You're able to roll across fibers and stuff a little bit more deliberately, and depending on what your pain tolerance is, that either feels really good to release all of that tension, or you're in a lot of pain the moment you start trying to roll. I feel a mixture of both, but it's tolerable enough, and the feeling afterward gives me enough impetus to, roll through the pain. The TV's really distracted me, and it did not do that. Hmm. I don't know what it is about today. It's got me nappy. Now I'm on my back. That was like, ugh. But the moment I got up, I was like, oh. I truly felt it was like my back was like tight. Alright, alright. Oh yeah, now I was shaking it out because I was like, I couldn't believe the difference before and after how my back felt from foam rolling. I was thinking about how I used to get a massage almost weekly because of my classes. I used to be in the technical college to have accumulate enough hours to then sit for the massage therapy license for New York. And I did that right at the beginning of the pandemic or so. I thought that was what I was going to do, but I dropped out after a year. Here we are stretching more in the lower back, but also the groin and hip flexes. This is the butterfly position. Heels together, knees at the sides. That too was a bit of a surprise because was a bit more flexible. I didn't expect to feel like it was 2 blocks of cold rubber I was trying to bend. So I have to pull out I have a knee pad. I'll use that for some hip stuff. Now, here I'm just stretching the hamstrings. Sorry for the angle. But it was like really tight. Yeah, and then I had to do all of that because it was like, just looking at it, I was like, ouch. I want to get some mobility. I want to keep the mobility. I got to stretch. Mm. That stretch there, holding on to something, then getting into a squat position and pulling helps stretch out your lats. Help stretch out your lats. Help stretch out your lats. Alright, see what's next. I'm done. Listening to some music. I don't even know. I'm wondering what am I gonna do? Hello, can I finish my stretches, please? I'm putting my fitness setup back. I'm preparing for deadlift and press, which I did today. I did not record it, but I did my workout this morning. And I did them both because what the intention was to do deadlift on Thursday, press on Friday. But there was a lot going on yesterday, and so I just made the plan and then executed to work out today and have both sessions combined. And just use the overhead press as my pressing, also as my pressing activity for accessory. My feet. And said something. Well, I'm almost done. But this workout could have been 20 minutes longer if I just 20 minutes shorter if I just cut out the computer. So that's a note to self. So it's a habit to break out of. I'm really having fun foam rolling. Confused. Oh, now I'm foam rolling with not foam rolling, but rolling with the lacrosse ball. With my foot is up like that, so that I can open up the fibers of the muscle. I'm ready to take a nap. I'm gonna take a nap. Pizza party. Oh yeah, this is the one that they want you to pay. Oh, my knees. I think I might just cut off my annotation, because what else am I supposed to talk about? There's nothing else happening on the... Well, really what I like to do is to just document up until the very end of the video. Director's cut. Boop. Alright, here we go. Last 2 minutes. Or last minute. Coming down, coming down. I usually end with a German hang and skin the cat, just to stretch out my, what are those things? There's a set of 6, There's the rotator cuff muscles. And also, at one point when you're getting ready to lift into exercise, you get a chance to work out the front, excuse me, the front, was it front lever and the back lever. So that's why I like to do it. A tuck version of a front and back lever. And there we go. And here's another lever. Alright. The end. Yay. Complete. Complete. Woo, 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 woo. Yeah, that's what